is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning and welcome to Guardian Radio AM. You know when you just go blank early in the morning and you're so excited to talk about a topic and your whole mind just went to nothing, just silence? But good morning and welcome to Guardian Radio AM. Today is Tuesday, June 6th, and it's a little after 11 o'clock in the morning. Once again, this is C.A. Newry and I shall be your host for the day as we talk about the Bahamas. He said, what, we talking about the Bahamas again? No, man, we talking about the big time, but the Bahamas Games. The Bahamas Games. They're having a big time celebration where the entire Bahamas will converge at the stadium to celebrate sport. Yes, Erin, that's Miss Evans. You did missed her. She passed you straight. Yes. And in order to talk about the Bahamas Games and what they will be doing, right, we have Miss Clarice Evans, who is here with me. And I've said, Miss Clarice, we got to ask some questions about what is happening with it in detail. The Bahamian people need detail so they can start celebrating, so they can get involved in this Bahamas Games. I remember the Bahamas Game like yesteryears, right? I remember seeing places like Eleuthera come down with a big-time softball team, right? I remember Grand Bahama coming with a big-time swimming team, right? But that's something distant. That's a distant memory, right? I don't remember attending any Bahama Games recently. And I know this administration has brought it back because they saw the importance of it. They saw its importance for us to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence. And they saw that it's important for us in terms of bringing Bahamians back together in celebration of we self. Yes. So with that as the backdrop, and you being charged to promoting the games, for convincing the Bahamas that, yes, this is something that we all must participate in. We all must get excited in. I say, man, Clarice, come in. And we will hash it out. First, I wanted you to formally introduce yourself. I need to know your position in this Bahama Games because I heard you have your own secretariat. I need you to explain that. Explain what is your job that you'll be doing today and in general, and then I'm going to start asking you questions about the Bahamas Games so the Bahamian people can understand and appreciate the Bahamas Games so there won't be any silence like what happened to me when I first started. So go ahead.
Okay.
Do the introduction.
Bahamas. Thank you, CA. My name is Clarice Evans, and I am a part of the Bahamas Games Secretariat Marketing and Public Relations team. We are tasked under the umbrella of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture with reviving the Bahamas Games. The last Bahamas Games was held in July 2001, yes?
2000. I don't remember that. That's 2000. Let me count the years. It's 2023. That's a little over 20 years ago.
Yes,
So
sir.
20 years ago was the last Bahama Game.
Yes, that was the 5th edition. And that was during the era of our Golden Girls and Bahamen. Way back then, we were celebrating great sports power. But due to natural and man-made disasters, the Bahamas Games was put on hold. We had a series of hurricanes, governments changed, and it just got pushed back, I guess. But God has sent us here for such a time as this to revive this game. So we are resetting it.
So the Bahamas Game is back.
Yes.
It's back. It's part of who we are. We will be celebrating
Yes.
doing this Bahamas Game. So now let me talk about that. What is the Bahamas Games? Yes, what is the Bahamas Games? I want to understand what is all involved. Who all are involved in this Bahamas Games?
The Bahamas Games is like the mini Olympics for the Bahamas. everyone in the Bahamas ought to be a part of the Bahamas Games because it involves all of the islands coming together to participate in over 16 different sporting disciplines. And this is where we test our strength and we discover the diamonds in the rough that will be the future sports leaders of the Bahamas, which we will present to the world.
So this is a big thing. This is big as Carifta. This is big as the Olympics, basically.
Yes, it is. Like I said, this is the Bahamas' mini Olympics. And you know, the world look at us as small. But like our national anthem says, see how the world marks the manner of our bearing. We are small. We are like that King David spirit. But we take down big things. The Bahamas is big thing.
My mother used to say, we little, but we taller.
Sure enough.
Now, you said the whole Bahamas coming here to New Providence to participate in this very sporting event. When you say the entire Bahamas, what do you mean by the entire Bahamas? What all islands will be participating?
Athletes from every island. We have different island groupings. We have Abaco, we have Andros, we have Bimini and the Berry Islands, we have Cat Island, Rum Key and San Salvador, we have Eleuthera, Exuma and the Ragged Island, Grand Bahama, Long Island, Maikal, which comprises Meguana, Inagua, Crooked Island, Acklins and Long Keys, and then we have the little but great New Providence.
See, little but great New Providence,
Yes.
right? Now, I see you basically call the 15 major islands in the
Yes.
Bahamas, and all of them will be participating.
Yes.
How many teams in total are there now?
We have all of the teams from each island represented. All of the islands have fielded teams.
No, I know like how you had 3 grouped as one, Michael.
Yes.
Right? And I want to know, like, there'll be 12 teams participating, or there'll be, I know there's different islands.
Yes.
But I know there's 25 islands. It ain't gonna be 25 teams.
No, we have a little over 16 different
Okay,
teams.
16 teams.
Yes.
16 teams.
Yes.
And you said, because you know I'm very pro Acklands. Anyone who listens to the show
Oh, my God.
knows that, right? And you said that Acklands is grouped in that group of cluster of islands.
Yes,
And you call it
Maikal.
Maikal.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I also want to know, let's start off with the date for the Bahama game, so people have that inside their mind, have it resonating that the Bahama game is coming. It's going to be in these dates. We need, if you living in Michael, you need to book your seating and your tickets now to come up and to participate. So when is the games?
It starts July 7th through the 15th.
So during Independence Day.
Yes, but we will break for independence because you know independence is a big thing here for us here in the Bahamas, and we have to pay solidarity and an honor to our country's independence, and we will do that. We will stop and we will take a break and participate with the independence celebrations.
So give me the dates again.
July 7th through 15th here in Nassau, Bahamas.
So I'm assuming that the Bahama Games Secretariat is partnering with the Independence Day Secretariat in some way or form.
Yes, we are all one. We united. One Bahamas. Bahamas proud, Bahamas strong. One Bahamas. We're united, like our national anthem says, through love and unity. Unity is key. And those Bahamians who would have lost unity, we're bringing it back.
Okay, so let's talk about the teams, right? Have all of the teams been selected?
Yes, teams have submitted their rosters, and there are persons who are descendant from these islands and who are presently living in Nassau. They also form a part of their island teams, so no team is left behind.
So let's talk about that, because I just get a text asking that same question. How is it that a place like Michael can compete against Nassau? And you're saying that they can draft
Yes.
people from Nassau, which would make it more competitive?
Yes, we're not going to have the games unbalanced. We're going to give everybody a fair share. And you know, a lot of persons would have left their islands for economic reasons, but their hearts are still in their islands and they want their islands to do well. So, hey, for bragging rights, a person from Maikal, Inagua, they're not going to let Exuma just come up and roll over Inagua and Michael just like that, and they're well able and equipped to help their team. So, like it says, for one working team, God bless our sunny climes.
Yeah, definitely.
Spur us to heights sublime, one working team.
So, is there a village for this Bahama Games where all of the athletes can stay together and participate and do whatever that happens there?
We have village at the site for this track and field, but we also have teams staying at the various hotels in the Bahamas, because while we are promoting the Bahamas Games, we also want to bring economic relief to businesses here in the Bahamas. And this is not just about us, the Bahamas Games, getting sponsors from, business houses. We are giving back so that when we and other associations would have come to them for sponsorship, we would have given back. So we're sowing into the area that we're getting our blessings. So persons are going to be at the various hotels, closely within close proximity to the games, to the venues, and that's where they'll be staying.
On social media, I saw some paraphernalia. When I say paraphernalia, logos for teams,
yes.
Right? I saw something called Columbus Isles.
Yes.
I saw Nassau Buccaneers.
Yes.
I saw Long Island Sheep Runners,
Yes.
right? And I'm trying to remember what all of the logos I saw.
Yes.
Is this something official that the Bahama Games Secretary say, hey, these are the teams, these are the team names, and these are the team mascots and
Yes.
sigils and stuff like that?
Yes.
And I give you time to see if you have that, right?
Yes.
So you just can list that off. So those persons who are listening to me on the Family Islands, right?
Yes.
Who would want to know their team and want to buy their team logo to say, hey, this is us. This is who I come in to celebrate. I'll be dressed in my team paraphernalia,
Okay.
right? I just wanted to reiterate that so to know that, yes, there are teamed logo items. But in terms of paraphernalia to purchase,
Okay.
can I buy things?
Yes, you can. We have T-shirts, we have bags, and we also have giveaways. We have T-shirts and we have caps.
So I can get free stuff too then?
Yes, we
I
will
get
be
giveaways, that's
yes,
why.
yes, we will be having giveaways. There are going to be surprises, coupons, giveaways, exciting gifts that you would not have ordinarily expected. It's going to be there.
Yeah.
And so
I
we
don't
will
want
have
nothing
them.
from Nassau. Because
Why?
I want Auckland's things.
Definitely.
I want Michael type things, right?
Okay.
And so I want paraphernalia with the logos from Michael that me and my family can purchase. You know, the clans from Crooked Island and Long Key, they say, well, this is us.
Yes.
We come in here and we can be loud in the crowd. You know what I mean?
Definitely, because most of these teams will be competing for bragging rights, and everybody love their own. So, Michael, we call them the flamingos. We will have stuff with Michael. So those persons who gravitate and who came from Michael, or those who just love Michael, will tend to purchase stuff
So the-
indicative to Michael.
The
So it's a
Michael
keepsake.
Flamingos. Okay.
Yes. Then we have the Chickchanis of Andros. But we also have the crab symbol. You know this is crab season, and as you look around, you know it says that near to Father's Day, and Father's Day is in June, the crabs come walking. We had plenty rain, so plenty crab walking. So I don't know other teams if that's an indication of how Andros is going to be all over the rest of the other teams. But hey, them crab, them walking.
So there's the Andros Chick Chinese, and their
Yes.
logo is the crab.
Yeah, the symbol.
The symbol is
yes.
is a crab.
Yes. Then we have the Bimini's Berry Islands. They're the marlins. They are the blue marlins. Everybody know about the blue marlins. Bahamians may not know of it for the most part as a fish. We know it's the fish, but a lot of Bahamians, when they hear blue marlins, they're talking about that blue marlin in their wallets, you know?
So Bimini and Berry Island is a team, and they call it Bimini and Berry Islands Marlins.
Marlins, yes.
So more likely they come in to swim.
Plenty money. No, they bring in plenty money around, you know. They swimming too. They have good swimmers, but they bring in their money and, you know. Then we also have the survivors, Abaco. And that is so indicative of Abaco. especially since Dorian. Those persons have rebuilt, still standing strong, and so Abaco,
perseverance.
Yes, they have.
So what would be their symbol? I understand the name, the Abaco survivors, but I understand the crab, I understand the flamingo, but what would be their symbol? So I could visualize it.
They have a bird.
Okay.
And it represents flight,
Okay.
elevation.
Nice.
They move above the storm and through challenges. They overcome challenges.
Good. So it'll be Abaco survivors.
Yes. Then we have the Arawaks.
Who got the Arawak name?
That is for the team that we call Columbus Isles. But Columbus Isles, a lot of people prefer to have it spelled out because someone from Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador, which makes up Columbus Isles. But persons who may be older or just don't know may say, well, you're all talking about Columbus Isles. I'm from Kit Island. They don't say Cat Island.
Mm-hmm.
They say Kit Island. So we have to make sure that Cat Island is represented and spelled out and quite visible that Columbus Isles is made up of Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador.
So they have the two San Salvadors, Cat Island and San Salvador proper, right?
Yes.
And they have Rumkey
Yes.
joining. They're called Columbus Isles. What is their picture, their symbol?
Okay. That's the bohio. That's the ceremonial.
I know the bohio.
That's the
I study
ceremonial
history.
seat. Yes,
Yes,
right.
Okay.
I think we learned that at SAC.
Yeah.
The Arawaks and the Caribs. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then Grand Bahama. We have the Lucayans.
Lucayans.
Right.
I see there's an Arawak theme, and it's good that our Bahama Game Secretary paid tribute to the indigenous people of the Bahamas in remembering.
Yes.
I think so far there's a third name that you call that gives reference to the Arawak community.
Yes.
But go ahead, Grand Bahamas, who again?
They are called the Lucayans.
Okay, so one is the Arawak, right? And then Columbus Isle Arawaks and the Grand Bahama
Is the
Lucayans.
The Lucayans. They have our Lucaya, Grand Bahama is, they
Well, few
stick
people
with
know that
theme.
Grand Bahama is one of the few Bahamian islands that still has its original Arawak name.
Right.
And Bahama is an Arawak name, actually. And that's what it's actually mean. Grand, the great island of Bahama,
That's
which is an
right.
Arawak name. So, yeah, I understand that connection.
Yes.
Yeah.
And despite whatever goes on in Grand Bahama, the people, they may be challenged from the storms, but they still have that bold and great thinking mentality.
Well, I expect Grand Bahama to come with a strong team.
Yes.
Especially in swimming, especially in softball. So I'm expecting to see a rivalry. And there are a number of Grand Bahamians who have matriculated to Nassau. So I assume
Yes.
they will return to
Definitely.
celebrate with their team.
They love Grand Bahama.
Oh, this should be good.
They visit, but then their hearts are still.
Yeah, Grand
Grand
Bahamians,
Bahama.
they special.
They loyal to
they
Grand
believe they're
Bahama.
better than everybody.
Man, I would like to send a shout out to my friend Mike Roll from Bahamas Cruise News and the Castaway Hotels Grand and Mike Roll. He will be there pulling for Grand Bahama. They're great people, and I believe Grand Bahama is going to do well. They are force to reckon with.
Okay, go ahead.
Then we have Eleuthera, the Adventurers.
Lutheran Adventurers.
Yes,
I
and-
see the play names there. I see it.
Yes, and their
Okay.
symbol is the pineapple.
Yeah, Lutheran Pine. Fine.
That's
I
right.
could accept that.
Right.
Yes.
Then Exuma and Ragged Islands, the Navigators.
Now you don't even explain that one.
Okay, the navigators navigate to sail through the ship. So
I see it now. Because
see it.
you could get,
Come
you could
into the
get,
light.
you get. Why don't you get a hint to me?
Okay.
You can get shipwrecked inside them with Zoom and Keys.
Yes.
Because they have shallow water all over. So you got to be a navigator.
got to be a navigator.
I see it.
And guess what their symbol is?
What's this? What's
The
this?
onion. So if you don't navigate properly, you'll cry like when you peel onion.
I see.
Give
Look where
a
you
cry.
go. Clearly, there's much thought went into choosing the symbols
Yes.
and the names in general.
Yes.
And there's a narrative behind each name.
Yes.
That the people can celebrate and say, I understand
Yes.
why that was chosen. So that's
Yes.
impressive.
Relate.
Is that all the teams right there?
No.
More
How-
teams still?
How could we forget Long Island?
Oh, yeah, forgive me.
The sheep runners.
Mm-hmm.
And
Go
they
ahead.
got a prancing sheep. as their symbol. Long Island, you can't keep them down.
Yeah.
My mother hails from Long
pretty-
Island.
And mind you, I expect Long Island come with a good running team, right? But I know that places like Eleuthera and Long
Sailing.
Island had. We can talk about that next.
Yes.
The sports discipline and what
Yes.
can I expect? Who all teams or fielded discipline is supposed to be there? But we go that next in the next conversation. Is that all of the teams so far?
That is basically all of them covered. We don't want to leave anyone.
No.
We have New Providence, the Buccaneers.
You left out New
The
Providence.
best, yes, the Buccaneers.
You know, Nassau people still mad that Grand Bahama got cable before us, and you left us out and leave us for the last.
Well, we are strong. We are overcomers, So we are like the nucleus of the Bahamas. So we make sure put all of the islands first because, we pull it all together.
No, I like the name Buccaneers. That
Yes.
too has a story, and
Pirates.
and yeah. The Pirates changed the name to Privateers and Buccaneers.
Yes.
So I understand.
I
that.
understand.
But I love what the Secretariat has done in terms of engaging the history of the Bahamas,
Yes.
right? And then they use images that we can connect to the Onion. We know Exuma is famous for that. Even our pirate history. All
Yes.
of these things are important for us as we celebrate who we are and who we is 50 years later as
Yes.
an independent country. But I want to talk sports discipline.
Okay.
What type of sports can our audience, those of us who don't run, those of us who cannot swim, those of us who can't throw a ball straight, those of us who don't know how to play basketball, can come and watch this July?
Okay. You said those of you who can't swim. Well,
I can't swim.
We have swimming.
They have swimming.
We have sloop sailing, like regatta sailing.
So I know that Long Island, Exuma,
Yes.
like the head, the greats
Yes.
in sloop sailing. So I expect them to feel a good team, and that
Definitely.
Nassau will be looking and say, "Boy, we got to keep them at bay."
Yes.
Okay,
They
sloop
will.
sailing.
Sloop sailing will be held on Montague. And we have baseball, volleyball,
So you can't go through the names so quickly.
Okay.
You have baseball.
Yes.
Will there be softball? Just baseball.
softball, and baseball.
Softball and baseball.
Yes.
Okay, and now that we have that new stadium,
Yes.
I expect to see some good games.
Yes.
there. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And Bahamians, we like new things. So we are hoping that everybody come out and christen the new stadium.
I ain't been there yet, so I plan to go and christen the new stadium. So I plan to
Tell
watch
your
one or two
friends, come
baseball games.
all, come on down.
Mm-hmm.
We have tennis.
You have tennis?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, we also have cycling, Byron Musgrove, Roy Colebrook, and all of the others. Cycling just had an event on the weekend, and, but cycling will be there.
So
and
they'll be doing through the roads of New Providence, going up and
Yes.
down. That should be good to see, just to stand on the sideline
Yes.
and watch them cycle past.
there's a designated route we'll have published out there, and it's going to start at on the Bahamas Games Boulevard.
Wait. Where is this Bahamas Game Boulevard? I almost know every street because I have taxi drivers in my family. Where is this Bahamas Game Boulevard?
Okay, the Bahamas Games Boulevard is that backstretch of Thompson Boulevard, which is now University. That's University Drive that takes you on to Tonique Williams Darling Highway.
Okay, the back road.
Yes, that's in back road. The road that you access when you're going to road traffic. That whole stretch.
It's called Bahamas.
Bahamas Games Boulevard.
That's nice.
Yes.
And it pays tribute to the Bahamas Game and shows how important it is.
Yes, it
we
is.
need to have some signage on that road,
Yes,
man.
we
Some
will.
big signs.
Doing that as we speak,
Oh, see, that's
signage,
good.
because we have to create awareness. And there are lots of stuff that Bahamians don't know, but that's no excuse for them not learning. So
The rivalry ready start. You need
Yes.
to see my text that says we in Nassau could beat them in swimming, boat making, track and field, baseball bat making, dominoes, and Uno. Saying everyone getting beat. Saying they can have a Uno championship and Nassau could beat everyone, right?
My God.
Yeah, so we shall see. It's definitely there's a rivalry there.
Right.
The people already start celebrating.
Yes.
Grand Bahama already start making their noises too.
Yes.
But I say Michael. It could be all Michael because Ackland's coming to represent.
I'm hearing you.
But continue with the disciplines. Any more sports?
Yes.
Yeah?
We are also introducing an exhibition sport. It's called edu-karting.
This is edu-karting.
Edu-karting is where persons get behind a wheel with a simulator and they do car racing.
They have video games?
Yes. So we want to attract everybody. So the simulators and the screens are going to be set up at the sports center in the area of the road traffic area where they have road traffic, where the solar panels are. Yes, we're going to have a demonstration sports there. Educarting did some demonstrations at Fusion and at the police training college several weeks ago. And so it's something new that's coming on stream. It's taken off. There's a lady called Susan from the Educarting discipline who has formed a group of athletes and have taken them all around the world. Spain, they're going to France to compete in the Olympics next year. So educarting is something that's upcoming.
It's a new big thing.
It's a new big thing.
So you said there's going to be a demonstration so people can understand the game?
Yes.
But they still got to be in sport teams, or just go there to see what it is, to understand the game, so we can herald it in the future?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
And then go-karting, you remember, you may not remember, you were too young. Back
You know
in
I'm
the
young, hey.
50s. Yes,
You
you
see
are.
it, you see it.
Yeah. In the 50s, the Bahamas was a big motor sporting capital. We had the go-kart. And so we're planning on bringing something like that
Nice.
back, because so many kids, young people, old, love driving and like to be behind the wheel. So we're going to bring it on. A sport like that back then attracted mega millionaires here to the Bahamas. So you know, we are a country where we are called the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So we feel all of the wealth should come this way.
Nice.
That's the way.
In terms of disciplines, did we covered everything? So
No.
far? Or more games.
But-
I mean, all kind of things. You
All
can't
kind of
complain. You can't complain that you can't find a sport to watch. All of the sports will be basically represented. But go ahead, continue.
Bodybuilding and fitness.
So
Well,
wait, let me ask you. Both men and women could be doing bodybuilding?
both men and women. If you check the Guardian Sports section this morning, Tuesday, June 6th edition, you will find a picture of a beautiful bodybuilder, Cara Saunders.
So you need to zoom that this way when you finish with the picture.
All okay. So men and women, bodybuilding and fitness. I stress fitness because fitness, I think, is so important for us here in the Bahamas, because obesity tends to run in every one of our families. Then there's also diabetes, cancer, and other little illnesses. And fitness, once we concentrate on that, we can have a healthier Bahamas.
So you saying it's bodybuilding and fitness?
Yes, there's
So
some exhibition fitness
okay.
during
So
that.
something to watch.
Yes, something to
Okay.
watch and something to have you to think about. And, while you're watching, maybe you look down at your stomach and say, the belly in my lap.
No, I understand.
I got to get that out.
That's called hugging body. But I
Okay.
understand, man.
All right.
But go ahead. Any more disciplines? Sport disciplines there?
Yes, we didn't mention basketball.
We can have basketball.
We're going to have basketball.
That means
at the
Grand
Kendall
Bahama can try beat us again.
Oh, you know they are coming.
Oh, God.
They coming.
Uh-huh.
Then we have golf.
I like golf, right?
Yes.
And we have some premier junior golfers
Yes.
here into the Bahamas, right? Who represent the Bahamas internationally. So
Yes.
that should be interesting
Very
to see,
interesting.
especially if you bring in people from all around the Bahamas for that.
Yes, and you know what it would do is attract the inner city kids to let them know they too are able to get into this sport.
I had some Youth Golf Federation on some weeks ago, and they have a program where they are training, teaching inner city
Yes.
children, public school attending children to play golf.
Yes.
And some of the leading golfers now, young golfers inside the country, attend public school, because most people think, oh, golfing, that's for an elite set of
Yes.
children. But we have opportunities for persons in the public school to play golf, and they're not just average. These are sublime children who in a few years, we know that they'll be away in college doing big things. I'm
Yes.
kind of excited for that.
Yes.
So it'll be good to see them.
Definitely. You know, the Bahamas, even though they say we are small, but we don't think we're small. We are taking the Bahamas to the world, and the Bahamas Games is like a stepping stone to nurture and guide the youths of the Bahamas to the world stage. The Bahamas is big thing, and the world will see the manner of our bearing.
I have this texter trying to tease you. In fact, they try to prod you to say things out of the way, right? You said this texter is one of the older gentlemen.
Okay.
Right? He grew up in that softball era.
Oh.
Right? And he's saying that there is an age limit for baseball. And he waited 20 years to play baseball. And they designate him now to just play softball because of his age. And you want to know, well, he ain't that old. He should be able to play baseball. But it is what it is. You are a senior, so you play softball and play in the softball Bahamas Championship and like the baseball for the young kids, right?
But I guess with his passion for the game, there are lots of stuff that can be wrought through discussions. Maybe he can have a chat with Minister Bowleg and going forward.
See it possible? You think he could feel a team of old men to play baseball?
The more the merrier. You know, it may not be too late to get the old timers in, and you know, no offense to them, but hey.
I have a text from the mayor of Grand Bahama says, congratulations to the Bahamas Games in July 2023. Excellent showcase today. And I wish the islands all the successes from the mayor of Grand Bahama, Mr. Rudolph Stubbs, Freeport 2023. Grand Bahama coming.
They
Grand Bahama coming. But like I said, I still only watching Michael. I hear them with Grand Bahama and I hear them with Bimini. I hear Long Island talk about they coming with their sloop sailing, but it's all gonna be with Michael. We drafting all the top, all those who descended from Hannah Hasty times. We drafting all y'all gonna be participating. But go ahead. Is that all the disciplines?
No.
More disciplines.
Track and field. How could we forget track and field?
Okay.
The highlight.
Yes. So Moores Island Abaco coming with their 400 runners because they have a team in that Abaco area there. They don't even have no track, but they have a team down there.
Abaco, it's amazing. It's an amazing story to tell. You know, Stephen Gardner hails from Abaco, and like you said, I don't think the facilities in Abaco is as good as those in Grand Bahama or Nassau, but still, a diamond was formed and polished out of the rough. Maybe he didn't have a track to run on, but
I have good coaches there, especially long distance.
Yes, and
so I expect big things to see from Abaco.
You know, we can look at Stephen Gardner. He's at the top of his game.
I remember Moores Island 4x4 relay team, that men's 4x4 relay team, and I'm not sure what happened to the rest of because they went out to university and stuff. So I can imagine that the coach still there training. So I only can expect big things to watch, so we can know where the future athletes coming from, major super athletes coming from. So I'm excited about that.
And I'm happy to have this conversation because I would like to just put in a plug for the coaches. You know, sometimes we look at the world-class athletes and we don't look at the coaches, but it was them, the parents, the community that helped to get these athletes to where they are. And we want more of that involvement. That's how the Bahamas was built. It took a village to raise children, my mother used to say. And it is quite relevant to me now, the meaning of what she was saying. It's going to take all of us, back to what our Prime Minister said, all hands on deck, and that has stuck with me. We are needed to make these Bahamas Games and our athletes better. Your contributions are needed, whether it's in dollars, time, or kind, prayers. Most of all, we have to contribute to our teams in every island because we are the Bahamas.
Any more sport and discipline there?
There is also opti sailing.
What's opti sailing? We already had sloop sailing, so what is opti?
Opti sailing is for the little kids with the miniature boats.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So there's something for everyone.
That's some Nassau people. Maybe from some
Eleuthera and the other islands.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Because these young kids are fellas. I would not go on the little boats, but they have no fare, and that's what.
And I'm sitting here and now I could picture Harbour Island having small boats.
Yes.
Right? So that should be interesting to see them sailing.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then we have boxing.
Boxing.
We can't leave out boxing. We have had great success with boxing in the Bahamas.
Especially from Andros. They have them big hands. There's punch hard in Andros.
Yes.
There's punch hard.
And boxing is a good story to tell because we have heard over the years that an escalation in little conflicts in the schools, fighting and this little gang here or persons fighting. So we want to put a spin on that. If you feel you want to fight, put on some gloves and let's go in the ring. And who knows, we will have possibly in the future boxing teams from the schools and, do it in moderation and it can get them to the world stage. They can get paid to fight.
One of the compliments that happened during the Carifta Games in the opening ceremony in the Bahamas, sublime, the best ever happened in games. I'm assuming that the Bahama Games will have a grand opening ceremony, and there are all kind of cultural events and the cultural village where I could come downstairs and take advantage of Bahamian culture.
Yes, we will. The opening ceremony will be done by Carolyn Vogt Evans. She has promised to put together a show that Bahamians will feel proud of. It will take us back to our roots, and it will stand on the principle of what the Bahamas was built on: prayer, culture, unity, love, and everything. So this opening ceremony is set for July 8th, the Saturday. It's just a day of the opening.
Nice. I have a texter here who, again, trying to goad you to go back to the minister. Said, good morning, Mr. Newry. I actually guess if any cultural events such as straw plaiting, conch cracking, onion peeling, fun games like that will be held. Oh, that's an idea you can embrace.
Okay.
I could see a conch cracking competition.
See, after 2001, that was the last Bahamas Games. We are resetting the games, we are evolving, and we are open to all of these ideas because we want participation from our Bahamian citizens. We want to make sure that you present your ideas because these are our islands, our nations, our games. So we want participation. Our theme for these games is challenges are chances for the courageous. We, the Bahamian people, we know about challenges. Because we are courageous, we overcome them. And this is all hands on deck. So any idea that you think may be good for us to insert into these games, because there will be more games. I mean, I still give
ideas and it's possible to still implement, or you mean for future?
Future games.
Oh, okay.
Because, we're just getting back on track and we ain't no stopping us now. We on the move.
We're about to take a break right now. Let's let the producer know that he can start queuing up that music to play, right? Okay. But this sound pricey. This sound like it can cost a lot of money. And I would need to know if you need any sponsors. How can regular Bahamians participate in making these games happen? Corporate Bahamas.
Yes.
What Corporate Bahamas is doing. Who is the title sponsor for this? Will these games be shown live? And that all of the family islanders who are not going to be here in Nassau be able to see it, These things I want to talk about on the other end of the break.
Yes.
But producer, let's patch that in for the break and let you prepare yourself to answer these tough questions right there. This has been Guardian Radio in the AM with C.A. Newry. I'm talking to Miss Clarice Evans, who is from the Bahamas Games Secretariat. They're saying this is the event. Everybody who's anybody, all avenues are going to be here in New Providence where we'll be playing and having these big games. And I'm excited, right?
So am I.
I'm excited.
Yes.
And I plan to spend some money. And I want to know tickets. The tickets can be expensive?
No.
Anyway, don't answer that yet. When you come back, I want to know if I could be saving my pennies or it could be cheap enough that I could go to 5, 6, 7 games and don't break my pocket. Anyway, Guardian Radio in the AM with C.A. Newry. We shall be right back.
Boy, why you look so mashed up like clothes at the washer?
No, boy, just a hard day, boy.
Hard day? What happened? The breakfast lady ran out of tuna and Gretzy.
We need to start joking about everything, This serious, boy. This real serious, boy.
Boy, what's serious? Tell me.
All right, well, today, boss gave us, boy, one big contract. And nobody else get a chance and nobody say nothing.
Boy, you know that ain't right. You know government contracts ain't supposed to go that way.
Yeah, but nobody's saying nothing. Boss man just tell people to sign the papers. Then he send me to meet his boy downtown and collect this envelope.
You need to tell somebody. You need to become a whistleblower.
You know I's a real man, but I never blow no whistle. I be drunk all my life and junk,
No, boy. A whistleblower is someone who tells people what they see when they see something wrong happening at work.
But I ain't no whistleblower, and I ain't no snitch. I still white there, you know.
But ain't nobody can know it's you. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers, or you could text them from inside the Crack Crime Bahamas app. They don't ask about you, and your call goes straight through to Miami, so nobody know you is. And if you text, your message get mixed up like Kong Salad.
Calls 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
Almost there.
Sarge, that's you.
Well, who else?
Tell the truth. I thought a beige walrus was dying on the sidewalk.
I prepared for my 4x100-meter debut.
More like 1 by 1. Because the other 99 killing you.
Funny, the Bahamas games come in July 7th to July 15th, and Grand Bahama gotta win this.
Well, you know that.
Email info@thebahamasgames.org or call 322-1029 for more information.
Which island is gonna win?
And welcome back to Garden Radio AM with CA Newry. I have here Miss Clarice Evans from the Bahama Games Secretariat. And we're talking about Bahamas game and how everyone in the Bahamas should be participating and being involved and getting excited about the Bahama Games. And she was giving the listing of the various sporting disciplines. And we're talking money now. I'm saying that this looks like pricey. This looks expensive, right? To pull off, right? And can we still have sponsors, the business community participate inside this? Is it too late to be a title sponsor? What's happening with that?
No, it's not too late. Everybody who is impacted by this great country, I think it's imperative for us to come and partner with the Bahamas Games to make this a success, because it's about our islands, our nation, our future, our athletes, and we are all in this together. If anyone speaks positively or negatively of the Bahamas, all of us who reside and do business therein, we are impacted. So we're calling on all of those corporate sponsors as well as small businesses. There are opportunities. We are preparing our commemorative booklet for this event. We have different ad prices, and we have prices where everybody can fit in. So nobody, whether big or small, should feel left out. We're not leaving anybody behind.
Is there a commemorative booklet going out for this Bahama Games?
Yes, sir. It will be the 6th edition, the Golden Jubilee Games commemorative booklet.
And how can I participate in that?
You can become a person who sponsors an ad for the booklet. You can do a full page ad. It's $1,000. You can do a half page ad for $750, a quarter page ad for $400, or you may just want to advertise your business via your business card. You can do it for $100.
That sounds like a great deal.
You can get in where you fit in. We want nobody left behind. And you know, CA, after the pandemic and during the pandemic, I've seen a lot of small businesses and home-based businesses rise levels. So businesses have the opportunity to do that. And like I said, small businesses, you can get in at $100. You may have a group of companies. You may want to advertise all three of your businesses. You can do that via a full-page ad and advertise the three of them. You can maximize your earning, your potential, maximize your spending dollars.
Do you have sponsors are still able to participate?
Yes.
To promote the games, and advertisement is available.
Yes.
Right. Are you able to mention any of the title sponsors yet?
We have sponsors on board for the Bahamas Games. I'll name a few. We're still tightening our sponsors and getting them in. We have the Sports Center, a fitting company because it's sports related. We have EMK Construction, but we also want to draw the public's attention to our website.
Okay, what is the website?
www.thebahamasgames.org. There's information on the website. You can see our sponsorship deck. You can see activities, sporting disciplines, and history on the Bahamas Games. So something is there for everyone.
Give me the website again.
The website is www.thebahamasgames.org.
I'm a social media person.
Yes.
I need to know a social media site.
Okay, and we have all of the various handles out there you can get on Instagram and, Facebook. We're out there. And our team is doing a great job at that. So once you go to the website, you will be guided as to whichever site you want to go on, and you can get information on the Bahamas Games. In addition, we have the Bahamas Games Secretariat office, which is located at number 35 University Drive. That building is a 2-story light green building next to the Shell gas station headed west. And the numbers for the Bahamas Games Secretariat is 322-1029 or 69. And for persons who may want to reach out to us, you can contact me via email, clariceevans.bahamasgames2023@gmail.com, or you can contact me on my cell phone, 823-9617. We want everybody to be a part, and it's not too late. Volunteers, you still can volunteer.
Oh, you need volunteers too?
We can always use volunteers.
Okay.
We want everybody. This is our Bahamas. This is the first 50 years. We're celebrating 50 years of independence, and we want all hands on deck. We want everybody to be able to be a part of this. So when we would have looked back in history and said, hey, I was a part of this. I helped make this happen.
My child needs some more community service hours. So, I can call you and you can just sign that paper and have it work.
Definitely.
Okay.
We can get that
Good.
done.
So, those persons who need community service hours, call the secretariat. The Bahamas Games Secretariat and say, I need some hours.
Yes.
Put me someplace so I can work.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. But let's talk about tickets.
Tickets.
Right? I know you can have swimming, you can have baseball.
Yes.
I want to know if the ticket's affordable because I have children who plan to swim and represents my cal, right? I would love to see the softball and the baseball. I'm trying to see I more like it would be there for sailing. I'm assuming that'd be free. I can stand up on the shore line. You can't charge for more than you. I can stand up.
Yes.
But I want to know, can I afford the tickets? How the tickets? I don't know if you know the tickets price. What's the price looking at?
Tickets prices are very affordable. $5 to they're under $10.
Okay, I can afford $5. Go ahead.
And then we have vendors out there. We have
kind of vendors?
Food vendors at all of the venues, so they will be selling their products and services. So everybody will get a chance to participate in this Bahamas Games and, make it a very good games. Make it one of the best Bahamas Games ever.
If I want to get a booth to sell wares, food and stuff, where do I call?
You can call the Bahamas Games Secretariat office. It's 322-1029 or 69. I'm not sure if there are more spaces available, but who knows?
Just call and ask.
Just call and ask because someone may have opted out and then you can get in where you fit in. So you can call those numbers again, 322-1029 or 69, or you can call me, 823-9617. I can direct you to where you can go for that.
So for the last 2 minutes, let's talk about future Bahama Games.
Yes.
Are there any talks about future Bahama Games?
Oh, yes, there are. We are foreseeing that these games will occur every 3 years because...
Every 3 years?
Yes. We are building. We look at our world-class athletes. Shawnee, Charles Chisholm, John Quell, Stephen Gardner, and all the others. As the years progress, these athletes will be off the scene, time brings on changes. Maybe they will be around for another 3 years. Some may opt out and do other things. But we want to always be grooming the next generation. So this is why the Bahamas Games is so important, and I'm hoping that the Bahamas and the Bahamians in particular will see the importance. We have to have succession plans. We look at sporting powers like Jamaica. Well, they basically track and field, but they are good at what they do. And they nurture their athletes. And we, in the Bahamas, we do the same. And what we didn't do back then, we will do now. If we had dropped the baton on any sporting discipline, we are picking the baton up and we're running with it, because the Bahamas is big thing. And we need our athletes on the world stage. The world has to see the manner of our bearing.
The Bahamas is big thing. I hope to see highlighting the new sporting stars,
Yes.
pictures all over the place to say,
Yes.
this person win this. But anyway, we got to go. Guardian Radio AM. It was a pleasure having you, Miss Evans.
Thank you, sir.
Have a wonderful day.
This is the Guardian News Network update on the hour. Hello.